What's going on, guys? It's your boy John Liquidator coming back with another video. So it looked like ESPN Elle Duncan is forced to apologize for calling out Sheryl Swoops hate for Caitlin Clark. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. So it looked like people was not happy with ESPN sports analyst Elle Duncan after she recently went on record and called out none other than WNBA legend Sheryl Swoops for her comments about Caitlin Clark. Sheryl Swoops is a hater, bruh. I just got to keep it real. She been hating on Caitlin Clark for a little minute now. Well, it looked like Elle Duncan tried to take up for Caitlin Clark. He set the record straight about all of the madness that has been surrounding Sheryl Swoops in regards to Caitlin Clark. Elle Duncan gave a wonderful take yesterday. Well, it looked like she's taking that take back because she went on X earlier today and apologized. With all that being said, let's check out what Elle Duncan had to say about Caitlin Clark yesterday. Roll the footage.
Someone did take a loss in the basketball world this week, though, and I love her, but she's wrong here. Sheryl Swoops, former WNBA player, we all know that, current host of Queen of the Court podcast. She had some thoughts. She's had some thoughts previously about Caitlin. She would later have to apologize of those thoughts being uninformed, she shoots like 60 shots a game, just being a little bit inflammatory and critical without any actual analysis. And she apologized for that during the women's college season. And she's now stepped in it again by saying that Indiana is in the playoffs right now without Caitlin Clark. By saying that like Katie Lou Samuelson's really more integral in terms of her two-way ability than Caitlin. And also saying that, and I don't besmirch her for this because lots of people are making arguments for whether they think that it is Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark that should be Rookie of the Year. I've said that I think it's Caitlin, but that I could understand someone making an argument for the other. It's not hate to make an argument for Angel Reese. So I don't take any issue with that part. But the other part, it just feels like there is something there, and I'm not really sure what is not connecting with Sheryl and why. And I don't know if some of that is driven in sort of the hurt that she felt from the fan base or some of the attacks that were leveled at her after she had those comments a few months ago. But this feels really, really, really off par. This just doesn't feel right at all. And it is starting to feel a little bit like hate from Sheryl, who just in this particular space, stop. If the Fever, who won a handful of games last year, are in the playoffs this year, then you have to understand that a large part of that is Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. Either one of them. I would have accepted either one of those.
Kelsey Mitchell, too. I mean, listen, and you are way closer to the space, to the WNBA space as I am. So I understand you will cross paths with Sheryl Swoops. So you have to be sort of cautious the way we deliver this about a Hall of Famer, a champion in Sheryl Swoops. But she is tripping. What is she talking about? The Indiana Fever won 13 games last year, and they were an 11 seed, or they finished 10th out of 12 teams. Right now, they are an 8 seed. They are in the playoffs, 2 wins away with half a season to go to get their total wins from last year. Caitlin Clark leads the team in every statistical category but rebounding. I don't understand what corner you can look at with this argument she's making and be like, you know what? There's some validity there. That's insane. You could make the argument that the Chicago Sky are worse than they were last year. And last year they were a playoff team. That's crazy. They're on the fringe. So anyway, I know that you've compartmentalized into those being 2 different discussions. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, that's standalone. But this beef that's very much one-sided, Sheryl Swoops to Caitlin Clark, is insane, dude.
And again, I think so much respect for Sheryl Swoops, who she is a person, the things that she's overcome, the player that she was. She is an OG, and certainly so many of these young women stand on her shoulders. But this just doesn't seem built in reality or fact. No. Like if you want to make a really critical, analytical argument and you want to support it with research or whatnot, I get that, or even just support it with your own opinion. But this just feels, it feels like it's just not true. It just feels like you're intentionally trying to minimize who she is. And the positive, if I'm looking for one positive in all of this, though, is that if this happens a few months ago, this becomes, see, the women of the W are hating on Caitlyn and they hate her. And we've covered that on this show plenty. What I appreciate is that with time and with the benefit of hindsight on our side, I am noticing much more calm in terms of people saying, this is her opinion. This is not the opinion of everyone in the W. I think there have been enough cases of women in the W over the last few months supporting Caitlyn, showing their support. I think there's been enough of that now that people can now take something that's seemingly inflammatory and give it and lay it at the feet of that person, as opposed to making it an entire diatribe on everyone in the W and how all of these Black women hate Caitlyn Clark. So I will say that's the positive. If this is sort of purely been put at Sheryl Swoop's feet, like, I don't agree with you here, Sheryl, I'm sorry, as opposed to where it was a few months ago, which is, this is just another example of just the insane amount of hate that's coming her way. I think we've moved past that. I hope so. And I think that this is the greatest indication that we have.
Okay, cool. Sheryl just needs to chill because none of it's true.
You know what? She needs to chill out.
And that was Elle Duncan giving a wonderful take about Sheryl Swoops. Now, that was yesterday. What transpired today has caught everybody off guard. It's being reported that ESPN anchor forced into humiliating apology to WNBA legend after slamming her for criticizing Caitlyn Clark. ESPN Sports Center anchor Elle Duncan has backtracked her comments that called out four-time WNBA champion Sheryl Swoops over hate for Caitlyn Clark. Duncan posted a public apology to Sheryl Swoops on social media earlier today, as she explained that she did not entirely listen to the six-time All-Star comments before discussing them publicly on her show. Now, guys, this seemed like, to me, somebody in the higher-ups might have told Elle she went a little bit too far with Sheryl Swoops, bruh. I just gotta keep it real, because she went off yesterday. Now, all of a sudden today, she feeling a totally different way. That means to tell me she might have ruffled some feathers, but this is what she said on X earlier today. I did the thing you aren't supposed to do. I reacted to Sheryl Swoops' comments about Caitlyn Clark based on quotes pulled from me by producers in the rundown. I should have listened to the show. The same thing I implored CC fans to do when they were attacking me a couple months ago back for hating on her. I hate that I've sent more vitriol her direction, and I'm taking this big L. I've texted Sheryl the same thing. I will do better. I am sorry. Now, that was the first tweet that she tweeted out earlier today. She went on ahead and tweeted something else out as well. Admitting you're wrong and taking the hits is appropriate when you made an uninformed opinion. I did that to Sheryl Swoops, and I'm being held accountable for it. I wish more members of the media will do the same with Iman Khalif. You reacted instead of researching, and you should own and apologize. Stop dying on bad heels to save face. That was ESPN analyst Elle Duncan voicing her opinions about Sheryl Swoops in that apology. But guys, definitely get down in the comment section right now. Let me know your thoughts about this story. Keep them bells on, because you know I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, dog, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.